I would keep it as simple as possible. Sir is the youngest and the most influential and the best professor in the structural equation modeling applications in definitely in India, I can say, because I've been instrumental to his sessions in Chandigarh University, and of course in a couple of other interactions with Sir. So Sir he's an associate professor at Chandigarh University. Sir has been a professor, a trainer, and moved into the area of research as an academician. And I think that is something which is very, very commendable. Sir is one of the key persons in teaching the PLSM in India, and he does workshops all across the country for the PLSM initiatives. And he has got numerous papers in his credit, and he has different levels of papers. I wouldn't want to speak much about that. I would definitely want to share his credentials as we go through this program. I really thank you, sir, for coming up with a very, very open topic for us. Because when I told sir that we would want a small session for the students of IIT Madras, he was more than happy to share his time and effort with us, because it's a very open topic, and I'm sure that sir will have amazingly stuff which will just come out with his bag of amazing tools. Because if you could look at the research 10 years before and now, it's drastically changed. There is a lot of focus on tools. There's a lot of focus on how applications of tools are, so that people can talk about and get better results out of the research analysis. And I think very, very important for students who are like us, who want to do research in a future way. Thank you, sir, for your time. All yours. I wouldn't want to take more time, because it's anyway small time for all of us to listen to you. Over to you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Right. Thank you very much, Venkatesh, and thank you very much, Ramanujan Society of IIT Madras, for giving me time to deliver a speech on a topic that which kind of research tools somebody can apply in their research. I'll try to uh, give logical argument on why somebody should apply quantitative techniques and how somebody can think of qualitative research techniques, so that in the upcoming research journey, each one of you can think of opening a particular door. Now, that door can be entering into the research journey of qualitative research, and the another can be of quantitative research. So I would request each one of you to focus on one chapter in any good book of research methodology. And that chapter should be research design. To begin with my lecture, I would ask you, each one of you, that at least go for a plan. That plan starts with research design. Somebody cannot say that, look, I search some variables. I want to test a particular hypothesis. And this is the study I thought that it could be there. This is not the right way. You must be fully clear about the research plan, that this is my plan to execute this research problem. Once you have identified a research problem, that is the first phase of research. When you know that this is the research problem in terms of manufacturing companies or some service industry is looking for some issue, or if somebody is in HR, so why employees are leaving, what is the aspect of moonlighting, due to moonlighting, why people are being shunted out by big IT giants. You must find out some research problem. Otherwise, how can research be there? So research, once you have identified a problem, then you need to lay down a clear-cut research gap, right? That this is the research gap where I would be particularly focusing on. But even in that phase, you need to draw a map. You need to see that what can be the research design. So if I have to write on this board, on this whiteboard, just have a look at the concept that we are looking for research design. And in research design, the first is either you are having a suitable theoretical framework in front of you, that this is the theory which is talking about the aspect of moonlighting in IT industry. This is the theoretical framework. This is the aspect of some technology adoption which is there in the literature. And on the basis of some TAM theory, TAM 2 theory, TAM 3 model, or UTOUT model, UTOUT 2 model, I mean, there can be n number of theories you can find out. But out of those theories, if you have identified that these are the variables which are going to be applicable to me, then you can think of this research design, that which kind of design you are going to play. But when you don't have existing set of theories, when the theories are less, when the argument is new, and there is no conceptual background of the research, then you have to plan differently. So these are the two doors which somebody can think of, or you can think of a mixed approach. But if you are not clear about the existing theoretical framework, then you can think of working on non-conclusive research designs. Non-conclusive. Theory is not fully established. The area is not fully yet explored. Now people cannot say that, look, chat gpt is there, so what kind of theories are applicable to chat gpt? Chat gpt is also a technological framework, so you can think of adopting this technology. So you can find some theoretical framework related to technology, and you can think of that some theories are talking about technology adoption, and some theories are talking about threats related to technology adoption. So somewhere down the line, you can think of conclusive research. Conclusive research design when there is existing phenomena and the theoretical support is available. But if it is not available, you can work on exploratory research designs. This is one of the upcoming area. When you create some new variable, you go for you can say development of new concept by yourself. So a perfect study, if somebody can do in present time, is to give a new scale into the market, is to give a new concept into the market, or you can develop a construct into the academics, which only you have tried to explore. That means the literature review was not fully established, and the literature has not been, I mean, giving you that kind of research papers which are talking about a newer phenomena. So when the literature is less available, you can think of opening a qualitative research. I mean, in exploratory research design, what you can think of working a qualitative research design. You can think of qualitative research. So qualitative research is one of the important dimension which a researcher can develop. And these are the researches which are well established in the academics. And people do expect that somebody should give a scale, somebody should give a new construct, somebody should explore a new dimension of a newer phenomena. So qualitative research, I would press you very, very hard for working on this qualitative research. In my presentation, I have tried to give some of the dimensions of qualitative research and few outcomes of how somebody can do a qualitative research. Let us say you can go for 15 CEOs of the organization, 15 CEOs, and you can go for a personal interview. You can conduct a personal interview, and an interview of 15 to 20 questions per CEO can give a very, very new dimension of the phenomena. It may be the aspect of moonlighting. That why you are not allowing moonlighting in the organizations. So 15 CEOs can give you a very, very good perspective to a research problem. What you can do, you can use the transcript. You can use the transcript of that interview to explore new dimension, that what are the sentiments, of these 15 CEOs, right? What are the preferences which are opted by these CEOs in their organization? I mean, every company can have one CEO, and if you are talking to, you can say 15 CEOs. So a good deal of questions. I mean, 5 questions each can give you a big transcript, and that transcript, without any number, you can analyze and do a qualitative research that these are the newer words which are defined by these CEOs. This is coming from the industry. This kind of research is actually expected by the researcher. You can also do focus group interviews. Focus group interviews, let us say the important officials from Asian Paint or Berger Paints, from the paint industry, you can ask a few important members and you can assemble them on a one place, and you can conduct a focus group interview duly moderated by you. From that focus group, what is the transcript which is coming out of the focus group? You can develop new variables for the academics. So qualitative research, I would say, is going to be a very, very new kind of addition by the researcher during your PhD journey, right? Which you should try to aspire for. And in then after this qualitative research, you can think of opening this door of conclusive research design. In conclusive research design, we primarily go for this quantitative research. So non-conclusive, you open exploratory research design when the variables are not fully explored or theories are available less, and you can think of how and why this thing phenomena has been evolving in present times. So qualitative research through interview, through, you can say, downloading the Twitter tweets without any number. I mean, you can download the tweets of 1 crore people on the Twitter handle of a particular company, analyze those tweets with the help of qualitative research by just drawing the sentiments of the people, how they are giving tweets with respect to your IPO. If you are working in finance domain, you can think of that when somebody is launching an IPO, how people are responding to that IPO. You can download all the tweets on your social media page, and you can determine the sentiment of the people. Okay, so the next one is going to be this this aspect of conclusive research designs. So let me just erase it. Okay, so when we say we are talking about conclusive research design, my plan of action is going to be that I have a theoretical support. Then you can open further two zones of research, that either you are going to conduct a descriptive research, or you are going to work on experimental research designs. What is the difference between this conclusive research? If you have got some variables, that means you are going to test some hypothesis on the basis of the established phenomena, that A leads to B, or I could say that quality leads to satisfaction and satisfaction leads to loyalty. You are going to test only the hypothesis. Then you can opt for this research as descriptive research design. And you can say my research design is conclusive because we have got theoretical framework and we have created some kind of conceptual model. And I am going to test you that what is the relationship between the variables in terms of correlation. You can say what is the correlation. You can mention what is the coefficient of determination, that service quality leads to customer satisfaction. What is the coefficient of determination? So descriptive research design is only going to tell you R and R squares. But in case you want to investigate the causal relationships, cause and effect relationships, then a study which is much, much better than descriptive research design is experimental research designs. I will share you 2-3 papers, a very specific paper where experimental research design is there. When you have variables and you want to check the hypothesis testing, but by conducting some experiment, it can be on some website that how people go for buying, online buying on a website like Amazon. Fine. So how somebody can think of implementing voice assistants while buying a fan. You must have seen that an advertisement is coming for a fan like this is the fan, where celebrity endorsement is fully utilized by the company, and the name of celebrity is entertainment celebrity, that is Hema Malini. She is endorsing a fan which is enabled with voice assistants, and the price of such fan is close to 20,000 per fan. That means a fan which is enabled with Alexa, and that fan is coming in the price range of 14 to 20,000, not in the range of 2,000 to 5,000. It's a very premium kind of a fan. And even in IPL, you can see the advertisement coming for this brand. So how somebody is going to buy a particular fan which is enabled with voice assistants, then you can think of conducting an experimental research on the respondents. You can conduct what is the cause and what is the effect of buying behavior through experimental research designs. You already got have theory, you already got have some variables, but conduct the research with an experiment. The experiment can be 2 by 2 experiment. So somebody can think of that how gender is leading to, how gender is interacting with the voice assistants, and that voice assistants can be text or can be voice. So text enabled voice assistants or speech related. So experimental research design is one of the premium, you can say, research which is acceptable by the international academia instantly. If you do this experimental research, that how people are behaving in a particular fashion, then you should not go for an ordinary research design, that is descriptive research design. Also, although we conduct research on descriptive research design, but all of you can think of experimental research design in conclusive research design. So in plan, first of all, think, am I going to explore a new phenomena, or I am going to work with the existing phenomena? This is the first question somebody should ask to themselves. If you are working with existing phenomena, then you can think of another question to yourself. Either I am going to check the R and R square, or what is there in the phenomena, or I am going to experiment, I am going to apply some experiment on the researcher. And on the basis of that experiment, I'm going to investigate the cause and effect relationship for that for those variables. Somebody must open up this chapter before going forward for the research, because this, if you don't have a plan, then you have nothing. You want to construct a building, why people go for, first of all, a plan is there by the architect. You must have a plan. So this is my first argument of conducting a research. And then you can think of that from where you can think of searching the variables. So in this regard, I would say that always go for only and only 2 premium databases. One is Scopus, one is scopus.com, second one is Web of Science. So now I can start my presentation, that my research design is based upon conclusive research design. Let us say I have got some variables. I mean, XYZ variables are there, but I need to find out research gap, a very, very nice research gap I need to explore. And from where I can find out that research gap, I can go to the scopus.com or Web of Science databases to see what is the total research available in these 2 databases. And on the basis of research, then I can download the list from Scopus, and then I can read entire papers and find out how to go for addressing a research gap. So in this regard, let me just show you the presentation. Okay. So I hope all of you can see this presentation. Somebody can tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Visible now. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
top
yeah. Just make it, sir, full screen.
full screen.
That,
Okay.
yeah.
So if I say that the topic of today's seminar is application of software, let me tell you, software will come in the end. Softwares are only machines where you can put your variables. But the variables search has to be very, very extensive search by you. It has to be, I mean, a perfect search from the databases. And those two databases are Scopus and Web of Science. Don't go for Google Scholar. At least, I mean, to the last resort, you can think of using scholar.google.com and to find out what is APA citation, and you can use that Google Scholar, but you should go only for Scopus, at least Scopus for searching the variables. And what to do with those variables? You can think of descriptive research design or experimental research designs. So even we are also thinking about why not to work in the area of finance. I'm working as associate professor of finance. So if somebody is investing in a particular fashion, we should try to conduct an experiment on the investors. Why you are going only for intraday trading? Why you are not investing into growth stocks? Why you are not setting your investment into blue chip investments? Why you want to go for intraday trading? We should try to conduct some experiment, and on the basis of that experiment we should try to give some generalization of the results. So even if I have variable, I should shift my base from only explaining that A leads to B leads to C, descriptive research design, to experimental research designs. We will see that the paper. So the first thing is data extraction. If you don't have good variables, I mean, your research is going to be a very, very pretty ordinary research, because the variables search requires premium place to visit. So data extraction using Web of Science and Scopus database is to be handled carefully. So generally institutions provide access to their research scholars. Every good institute provide Web of Science database for their researchers and Scopus database for their researchers. So Web of Science is a slightly premium databases to find your variables. To find your variables, because it covers only SSCI, SCI, and ESCI papers, right? Some journals are only Scopus, but they don't have impact factor. You should try to search those papers only which are having some impact factor. And any journal who has been awarded this impact factor is either SCI or SSCI, right? So SCI and SSCI, the Science Citation Index is a citation index. Is a citation index by it is given by ISI and created by Eugene Garfield. They are described as one of the journal is described as world's leading journal of science and technology, and it is selected after a rigorous selection process. If somebody is given impact factor, you can think of that at least one question is over. That is quality. The mark of quality is SCI journal. It is going to tell you that what is the impact factor. Higher the impact factor, you can think of a top quality. An impact factor of 2 or impact factor of 1 is also a good mark of quality, because you won't get it easily. So an impact factor of 10, 11, 12, and 20, you can think of the kind of citations some publication can fetch if you publish your paper in such impact factor journals. Some people only focus on 2 or 3 journals in a year, and they want to publish only 1 or 2 papers in these journals, but they must be having some impact factor. For faculty like us who are working in the area of social sciences, we will be looking forward for SSCI journals. And those SSCI journals are Social Science Citation Index, which covers 3,000 academic journals. If somebody is from BA or from MA, so Master of Arts, they can think of Arts and Humanity Citation Index, AHCI. So SSCI, SCI, and AHCI are the journals which are having some impact factor, while ESCI are those journals which are not yet recognized and they are not given impact factor, but they will be awarded impact factor after a period of 2 years or so, if they publish premium journals, premium papers into their list. They are launched in late 2015 by Thomson Reuters and as a new database in the Web of Science. So Web of Science covers only those journals which are emerging sources citation index without having impact factor, and they publish only SCI and SSCI. The journal who are not, they are not having impact factor. Scopus has a bigger domain. They can cover only those journals which have surpassed some level of quality. But Web of Science records only those journals which are having impact factor or ESCI journals. So that is why if I say that how to search, so if somebody wants to search only premium database, you can go for only Web of Science. And in Web of Science, you can use your research. So I have used this is the screen which will come on the website of Web of Science. So I have taken an example of one of the finest professor of India, Dr. Satish Kumar. He's a very nice person who is writing papers on bibliometric analysis, and this is one of the table from his paper that he has written a paper on artificial intelligence, machine learning, data mining, and AI in the domain of finance or financial management. So how somebody can search? Look at this this search string. They have given the filtering criteria that they have selected only Scopus database. Because if they could have gone for Web of Science, only few papers with impact factor journals they could have searched, but the journals without impact factor might be Scopus indexed. And so they have given a bigger search on the Scopus on 14th of April. So these are the things. Look at inverted commas. These are the, you can say, search strings for finding out the research papers in your domain. So anybody can be from any domain like finance, marketing, HR, IT, or whatever is the domain, like computer science engineering. If you are working for the research paper on AI or ML, you can think of that inverted commas, AI or artificial intelligence, or means that a paper either with AI or paper with artificial intelligence software Scopus should give you the research paper. Or if machine learning is written, you should get a paper, or data mining or data science or algorithm, analytics, robot, automation, big data, or. And this is the next, you can say, word which you have to restrict. And means I want to find out research papers in my domain. Let us say if somebody is from computer science engineering, they can write and computer science engineering. If somebody is in the marketing management, you can write marketing or marketing management. So the Boolean operators, like they have written, is finance, FINANCE. So somebody with finance, financial management, so they can think of, sometimes we write UK English or US English. So you can use this Boolean operator star in front of them. Let us say some word is conceptualization. If I'm using the word conceptualization, it can be written with S or it can be written with Z. You can use the half word and you can use a Boolean operator star in front of you. So it will give you both. You can restrict your research papers afterwards. But first of all, you need to get the gross papers. So use all the keywords which you want from Scopus by writing or and in your domain. So look at the 11,000 papers. They got 11,000 and they have restricted only to business management, economics and social sciences and arts and humanities. So they have rejected 9,000 papers. Might be the 9,000 paper are from engineering division. So only 2296 are related to business management, economics, finance, social sciences, and arts and humanities. They have further restricted their research to only articles, conference paper, and reviews. If you're writing a very nice paper, you should only restrict yourself for articles. Many times conference papers are not of good quality. You can understand that you pay 8,000 or 9,000 in Indian context, and you get your paper published in a conference proceeding like I should not name them, but conference paper, you know that they are attached with some Scopus publication. So conference papers, many times they might be good, but primarily the research journals are good, and review papers are very good. So you can restrict further to articles and review papers, excluding this conference papers also. So 285 are rejected and 2001. And then this has to be, you can say, manually. Out of these 2000, you have to manually exclude those papers which don't have, you can say, valid author information. So you can find only those journals where information is complete. So the authors here has excluded 20 papers, and they have included only those papers which are written in English language, excluding Portuguese, German language, French language, Chinese published papers. So you can focus only on English papers. So you can see that 44 papers were further deleted 1947. And then you can download ABDC list, which is freely available. Now ABDC 2023 list is available. You can, this job has to be done by the researcher. One by one check that out of 1947 available papers, who are A star, A and B only. You can further delete C listed journals from ABDC, and you can focus only on premium papers in your domain of AI, artificial intelligence in finance or financial management. And the 1274, you can understand 1274 papers are of C listed journals. Only top papers are left now, 673. And out of 673, you can do content screening, that where AI and ML is there in finance only. Even then, after screening, you can see that 673 papers, only filter those papers which are absolutely related to your domain, and they are exclude those 390 papers which are not related to finance. So this is how somebody can think of reducing their burden in one day's job. In one day's job, all of you can open this Web of Science or Scopus and find out all papers with or and boolean, and use this star into your research. And out of those papers, you can restrict your search with the A star, A and B from ABDC. That has to be done manually. I'm repeating it again. In front of your Excel list, which Scopus will give you, and in front of the ABDC list, one by one put that this journal is what, this journal is what. ABDC list has given you A star, A and B and C. You have to match the followings, and you have to fill in your Excel, and then you can say that these are C listed journals. I'm not going to work with them. So work only with A star, A and B. This will certify that at least you are bringing quality variables. When you are reading quality variables about research gaps, you will definitely work with a nice hypothesis testing of the variables. So first thing is how to apply this Scopus. So I am going to take you to the live interface of this Scopus, right? So in this, so this is Scopus. I hope everybody can see this Scopus. This is
Yes,
Scopus.
sir. Yes.
Somebody can give their area of research so that we can start with the a suitable search. Yes, anybody? You want to write in the chat?
Manufacturing, sir. Manufacturing.
Manufacturing. What is the topic?
It's automobile.
I mean, that would be like and manufacturing. Okay. But what is the area of research in manufacturing?
Can you consider another topic, improving patient experience in healthcare?
Okay. So patient experience
in
patient
healthcare.
Experience, and that too in the domain of A&D healthcare.
Yeah.
inverted commas closed. So you can think of, you must have observed many papers. Out of those research papers, you can think of what are the names coming for patient experience, healthcare industry. Collect all those variables and use like patient experience or patient or experience or and healthcare industry. So if you search what are the existing research papers available, now you can see that 5,115 papers are there which you have to see for further reduction. Now, patient experience and healthcare has been extensively published in Scopus. It is submitted in the Scopus database. You can use in the left hand side. You can narrow down your research to the last 5 years only. Look at this 5 years. Sometimes 2019 and back, some reviewers give you that they are very old. So this is the way you can restrict your 5,000 papers of the last 5 years only. And then you can click here, subject area. The subject area can be related to health professions. Okay, you can restrict to social sciences. Fine. And any area of your choice, you can reduce. Health profession, nursing or medicine. I mean, it's purely your wish where you need to take a filter and click here limit to. So I have highlighted social sciences and health professions and I will click on limit to. The moment I will click on limit to, the study says that patient experience, this is the string now, which you can paste it in the research paper also. That in Scopus, patient experience, healthcare, last 5 years, area limited to social sciences, healthcare, the papers are 514. Then you can further go down and you can click only on the articles or review papers. Don't go for conference paper, book, chapter, note, and book. These are the top, document types which can give you quality, article and review. And then you can think of language. Let us say you are looking only in the journals and English language. So you can restrict your research to this limit to journal and published in English only. Now you can see 478 are the papers which at least you have to study. 478. And you can further compare these 478 papers. How many are A star, how many are A, and how many are B? You will find that the paper search will be only 250 or so. That will give you a license to work with quality papers. Okay. And all will be Scopus. Some of them might be Web of Science having impact factor, but it is a bigger, you can say, search. So click here on all and look at this CSV export. If you click on CSV export, you can click here citation information of all these papers, abstract and keywords, and then you can export. This is how you can export the CSV Excel, Mendeley, X libraries, RIS, RIS format, CSV BibTeX and plain text, but download it into CSV Excel and click on the export. The moment you will click on export, the Excel file of all these 478 papers will be downloaded. Then your job starts. So paper search is to be done like this in Web of Science as well as in. I have got the Excel. Let me just share that Excel with you, how this Excel will look like. So Ravi, you can find out similarly, I like quantum computing in computer science, and Ritu Raj, you can find out in psychology. So this is the primary level of research. I can show you that this happens. So look at this Excel. The data is generated like this. Now I guess Excel is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see that all the titles are given here. All these are titles. You can wrap the text and you can find out that these are the research paper. First of all, you will get the last 5 years papers. So the recent research is available on this topic, and this is the source title, like the name of the journal. This is the name of the paper. This is the name of the journal, volume number, issue number, page number. But the most important is your abstract. So abstract is affiliation. Yeah, here is the abstract. You can think of that one abstract. Everybody needs to understand that whether this paper is applicable to me. So try to now read from this abstract what is there, what are the main ingredients of this paper, and then you can create another column to the right and use ABDC, whether this paper is A star, A or B. This is how somebody can go for finding appropriate variables. Right, coming back to the presentation. So if I have to tell you that variables are there, so ESCI, SCI and SSCI, they are the hallmark of quality. Like, ISI mark is there on the product. So it's a quality hallmark. So some kind of standard. So you can think of topic, title, author, publisher name. All these are the data which is extracted from this Web of Science or Scopus database extraction. The choice is up to you. If you want bigger papers or the number should be huge, you can go for Scopus. If you want to further restrict yourself to only quality, you can go to Web of Science. So after data extraction, then you can read the papers and find out the research gap. And if you see that papers are very, very less, open the door of qualitative research. Open the door of qualitative research. So the big question for researcher is, can you imagine doing research without a plan? The answer is a big no. You cannot operate a research without having a plan. So that plan is of research design. Research design means you must have research questions. You must frame research objectives. There must be some theoretical framework. If theory is available, less, open the door of non-conclusive research design, exploratory research design. Somebody must think of, right? So select a particular design, non-conclusive or conclusive. If you want to test the hypothesis, it is opening the zone of conclusive. Then think of either only descriptive research design or experimental. Select your population, sample size, go for data collection method. If the research is exploratory, your data collection method can be interview, focus group interviews can be there. One-on-one interview can be there. Observation method can be one of the data collection technique in exploratory work. How tiger hunts. So you can think of exploratory research designs, and you can go for data collection by observation method. Then you can think of software that on this data, on qualitative research, what software will be applicable? On descriptive research design, what kind of software will be applicable? And on experimental research design, what kind of software will be applicable? So qualitative is the buzzword. Qualitative gives you new patterns. What is there? How people behaved in pandemic? New pattern you develop. After Spanish flu, what were the new patterns of pandemic? Go for exploratory, qualitative. Develop new stories. How elections are going to be managed in the area of when the war is declared in a particular zone, or in a country like Sri Lanka, you can see that they are postponing the election because money is not there. When a country don't have money, how elections can be held? Such kind of a newer story you can explore in a country like Sri Lanka. You must go for qualitative research in a country like Sri Lanka. New patterns, new interpretations. So in qualitative, these are the basic things: grounded theory, ethnography, phenomenology, field research, understanding what is the narrative set in the elections of 2024. What will be the narrative which will be set by political parties in the coming elections? Think of qualitative research. What is the thematic analysis, content analysis, sentiment analysis, text mining, and image analytics? These are the areas when the research is less available in your domain. All these qualitative research techniques are to be performed primarily in two softwares. One is NVivo, the second one is Atlas TI. NVivo and Atlas TI. These are the two, and Max QDA. Third software is Max QDA. I have mentioned in this presentation, which I will share to Venkatesh, that grounded theory creates a new theory on the basis of newer experience, which are not available in textbooks. So you develop new theories, ethnography, that how a particular culture behaves. South India culture, North Indian culture, how the North Indian culture is there for textile manufacturing companies in Tirupur, how the culture is having an influence on the northern culture, northern manufacturing hub in Ludhiana. These are the two textile clusters of India. One is in South, culture is different. North, culture is different. When you are explaining the culture and the value system on the manufacturing units of Tirupur and Ludhiana, you can think of a study of ethnography, and that to be done in qualitative research, in data to be analyzed in this en vivo Atlas TI. So you can think of formal interviews, informal interviews, collecting text, collecting images. Image processing can be done. Phenomenology, focus on the area of happiness. How happiness influence investor behavior. Happiness is totally a different zone. My focus is on happy investors can make good money in Indian financial market. If this is the area how you are working on happiness, think of phenomenology of the experience of the investors, how happiness can drive their satisfaction in making money in financial markets. This can be in the area of happiness and employee turnover also. Happy employee will not leave. Happy consumer can be a loyal consumer. So a phenomena can be happiness. You can work on happiness and you can develop your, you can say, the influence on a particular zone of consumer buying behavior, or on HR, or on any other thing. It can be on stress, happiness and stress. Phenomenology, setting the narratives, deductive reasoning, like theory is there and then hypothesis is there. But in here, in qualitative, you develop a theory on the basis of observation, observe the pattern, build the hypothesis and develop a new theory. That is why qualitative is much better research. You can generate word cloud from the en vivo software. You can think of preparing mind maps. You can think of sentiment of elections, how people are having a sentiment on the IPO or on the political parties or on your product, how you are launching your product through Amazon. What is the sentiment of people on the online buying behavior of Reebok shoe on Facebook, right? Sentiment of people for Reebok shoe in Amazon. You can develop positive, very positive, moderately positive. All these things are driving the sentiment of the consumer, and word summaries can be prepared that success, or you can draw this comparison diagram of the respondents like Gyan Dikshit and Suresh Kabra, whether Gyan Dikshit is giving a negative message or a positive message towards motivation for becoming an entrepreneur. So the transcript of Gyan Dikshit and the transcript of Suresh Kabra, the response given by them can develop that who is very, very positive, who is very, very negative about the, you can say, particular aspect of motivation to becoming an entrepreneur. The software is en vivo. So somebody, if you want to learn how to import the transcript of the interview, what commands are to be given in en vivo, how to navigate. So I have given you these links, that these are the softwares where you can download, although they are paid softwares, en vivo, Atlas TI and Max QDA. But you can think of a channel. I have given, I guess, yes. Everybody can go for YouTube, and in YouTube, one of the finest, lecture on learning this en vivo software is on a Facebook channel, I guess, yes. So Rab Nawab Research Beast. So I would suggest you to go for this channel, Research Beast. This is visible. YouTube Research Beast. This video of 2 hours 2 hours will give you detailed insight of developing thematic analysis, word cloud, and sentiment analysis, how somebody can use an interview transcript and put that transcript into NVivo and get the desired results, what I was talking about for qualitative research. So this video link is very, very important. It is given on this platform. Let me just share this link. Yes. So focus group, interviews, blogs, weblogs, exploration of content, audio recording and video recording, data sheet, all minutes of the meeting in the company, historical evidences. You can use them for expediting into this. So I'm sharing the link of this video in the chat room so that all of you. Yes. So you can use this video for your future learning, and you can think of that how to give an input of the command and the getting of the direct. So new project, what to name, a title, description, and file name. So all the things are there in this Research Beast channel. Okay. So this is the YouTube link video I have shared with you. You should try to aspire for this qualitative research. And there are a lot of good researchers available in India also. One of the faculty here in qualitative research is in Ford School of Management, Dr. R.P.S. Kaurav. His YouTube channel is also giving you session on softwares of NVivo, and Dr. Tajinder in UBS Chandigarh, he's training on Atlas TI software. So qualitative is going to be the next domain of research when you give on. The next one is what we do, like quantitative research. In quantitative, you can think of descriptive research design, and it's a theory-based designs which are done by survey method, gather, analyze, and collect the data, and then you go for this second type. Either you go for this experimental research design. In this PPT, I have given you two links of one of the finest professor of the world, Carlos Flavian. Carlos Flavian is a Spanish professor. His research papers are applying experimental research designs. Experimental research designs, relationship between cause and effect of a situation. Let me show you how to see the papers which are related to experimental. Some of the papers which I would like to show you is that artificial intelligence in financial services. The qualitative research is done through focus group. If you see the abstract, they have applied NVivo software. Let me slightly zoom it. This is NVivo software they have applied, and they have gone for purposive sampling. For purposive sampling for the investors who actively invest in Indian stock market, and they have done with the semi-structured questionnaire for a discussion time of all the groups for 203 minutes. Basically, they have done focus group interviews for 203 minutes, and the analysis is done in the software NVivo, and they have explored new factors of cost effectiveness, trust, data security, behavioral biases, and the sentiment of investors were observed. Giving new variables in artificial intelligence. This is how somebody can think of writing qualitative research in the domain. This is not descriptive research design. It is not experimental also. So if you wish to see good papers, I would suggest you to read papers of Professor Carlos Flavian. He has got 25,000 citations, and this paper is on effect of voice assistant recommendations on consumer behavior. You can think of the study, how they have gone for experimental research designs. This is the abstract, and they mentioned 2 studies were conducted using between subject experimental designs. and then they have applied PLSM, and then they have gone for logistic regression. But the research design which they have opted is experimental design. Experimental design, that too on voice-based recommendation or text-based recommendations. Okay. Let me straight away go to the variable of research. This is what they have explored, that credibility, usefulness is leading to intention to follow the recommendation, intention to purchase the product, intention to recommend the product. But the voice recommendation can be there, or text recommendation can be there. This is they have done through experimental research design. What is the search versus experience of the product? Sometimes we search the product and we think that product is credible. Product might be useful. Sometimes we experience some shopping behavior and then they say that the product is credible and the product is useful. For search versus experience, for voice versus text, they have gone for experimental research, like in the end, they have given that they have shown somebody the aspect of, this is an appendix A, example of text-based recommendation. They have given somebody that last week Adam Clark said, I bought CKL suitcase. I can honestly say that this, and it is easy or great. The suitcase is very spacious and elegant. The size is packed with pockets. I highly recommend it. I rate it 4.8 to 5. So this is an example of text-based recommendation. Examples of voice-based recommendation. Imagine that you're looking for a restaurant to surprise your partner and invite him to a romantic dinner and celebrate your anniversary together. As you need more information, you might ask voice assistants to read you some recommendations for the consumer choice. So such kind of scenario is on voice recommendation, that you ask Alexa that tell me a nice restaurant nearby my place where this service is available. So Alexa can help you. Either you are going for voice recommendation based or on text based. So conduct this experiment and then collect the data to find out that text based or this voice based were the choices. So experimental research is going to be a better, you can say, study for coming researchers. Some people are search the product, and some people, 96 were on experience product. 98 respondents said they want voice. So 99 said they have gone for text-based recommendations. So voice-based recommendation, 98 responded. So based upon the experiment, which when you show somebody that you will go this for this, this kind of research is definitely going to be a better research and publishable in top journals. That journal is also, let me tell you, a top journal. This is Wiley publication, and this is Psychology and Marketing. It's an A category paper. The second paper by again Carlos Flavian, he has done it in Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services, Consequences of Consumer Regret. And even in that paper, they have gone for experimental research design. They're working in the Department of Marketing Management, University of Spain, Zaragoza, and 2x2 experimental research design was conducted. So all of you should try to read these two papers. I'll share with you so that how somebody can apply PLSM or regression or RaSoR, but by conducting this experimental research design. This is very, very important. Whether regret with the process or regret with the outcome, guilt of the error, consumer's guilt or seller's guilt. Again, they have taken two dimensions and they have applied it into experimental research design to check the cause and effect relationship of impulse buying, and then you get a regret. It's a process regret or an outcome regret, and then it's leading to negative online. So conduct some experimental research design. These are the papers. Otherwise, the papers like these, this is my own paper. This is on descriptive research design. We only collected the data based upon some theoretical framework like unified theory of acceptance and use of technology. We have collected data from 507 respondents from April to June 2021. and we have applied PLSM, that too with descriptive research design. Such kind of people that mobile applications on application use for investment. These are based purely, you can say, descriptive research design. Do celebrity endorsement influence stock investments? Descriptive research designs. You collect the data from survey, apply the data, and explain that what is the RaSoR and who leads to who. So these are few of my observations which you should focus. And coming back to this slide, I have given these two links of Professor Carlos Flavian's paper, finest paper. One is Science Direct, one is online library, Wiley. The softwares for data analysis you can use for conclusive research design can be IBM SPSS. If you want to apply correlation, regression, logistic regression, binary logistic regression, multinomial, you can use this website statistical package for social sciences. And SAS is one of the premium software, but it is very costly software. It gives you more interactive dashboards than SPSS. If you are working with panel data means 100 companies for the last 10 years, checking the profitability of 100 companies for the last 10 years. That means cross-sectional plus time series. 10 years means time series and 100 companies data on profitability. Time series plus cross-sectional, when it is together, such studies should be used by on a software like Stata software. So Stata is one of the software where you can think, if your data includes that how top textile companies of India are performing over the last 20 years. So 20 years and profitability of textile companies, it's a panel data. The software is Stata. Then you can think of, if you are investigating how gold prices influence the Indian stock market of last 10 years, you can use eViews software. It is the software which handles the time series data. Another one is Gretel. Gretel is another software, but mother of all softwares, where you can conduct entire research analysis of qualitative as well as quantitative. Mother of all softwares is going to be RStudio. You can do panel research, you can do time series research, you can do PLS, descriptive research designs, and you want to do all sorts of statistical tools, techniques, operations. So the mother of all software will be RStudio. It's a free software. You need to download the package. You want to apply SEM, download package seminar, and you can start working on PLSM in RStudio. You want to apply covariance based SEM in RStudio, you can download the software Lavan, LAVAN. So it's like a movie like Matrix, where the chipset is inserted into the mind of individual and the individual says, I'm ready to work. Similarly, you only need to install a particular package so that you can work on panel, you can work on time series, you can work on cross-sectional data, and you can work bibliometric analysis. You just download BiblioShiny package, and you need to understand the commands, how you can use that Excel, which you have just generated from Scopus, to work on bibliometric paper in RStudio itself. It's very easy. There is a myth in India that RStudio is very technical, you need to learn commands. Absolutely not. It's very user handy and easy software. Tomorrow we will also be training on PLSM in RStudio. This is what is the coming future, because in international scenario, people are working in these free softwares. What these free softwares can give you rather than paid softwares. So coming to the last zone, like if you have multiple dependent and independent variables, this can be done in two school of thoughts like SEM. You can use softwares like Lizrel, PLSM, M+, Amos, IBM Amos, or Smart PLS. There are some other softwares like Smart PLS, Warp PLS, Danco. All are handling this variance-based SEM. But IBM Amos, they are taking care of covariance-based SEM. you can think of these two school of thoughts, but you can use entire these covariance based SEM and variance based SEM both in RStudio. You need to download a package and you can work off the area of SEM also in RStudio. So these are in SPSS, this is an interface of SPSS. There is not any operation of smart PLS. It's only on regression, correlation, and you can use the bootstrapping, permutation, whatever is there. You can do this research in your RStudio. So my recommendation for the end of this session should be on start working on RStudio. That is going to be your life-saving thing. But work with a plan. That plan has to be there, either qualitative or quantitative. And in quantitative, I would suggest experimental research design, just like Carlos Flavian is doing in Spain. It is more receptive and it is more acceptable for the faculty in health sciences or in sports management. And even in consumer buying behavior, experimental research is more acceptable. It's more authentic. With lesser data set you can work with. So any doubts if you have, you can raise. I hope this is fine, Venkatesh. This much.
Absolutely, sir. I think it was so nice to get sum up something like this in one nutshell. So all people who are aspiring researchers are supposed to be very lucky to get something like this Bible to start something, because normally it's a experimental process of even learning how to do research. I think you have given us one Bible saying that, do these 5 things, you will come to on the right direction. I think that is it is very, very gracious. We are very lucky to have this. Yeah. So we are open to questions. Please ask questions. We have 5-10 minutes.
I'll share the
please.
PPT. I'll share the
Yes, we will share the PPT. Sir will send us, and I will send it to the
papers also of qualitative as well as quantitative, that descriptive, and then experimental, so that you can think of that how people are publishing paper and how you can assemble your you can say variables for this.
So sir, when you are saying that like experimental design, so that time you prefer that full factorial design or it's a partial?
You can think of Latin square factorial designs. It's purely dependent upon what kind of module is applicable to you. Let us say in case of Carlos Flavian, he is using 2x2, voice text and this experience versus search behavior. So 2x2 matrix is applicable to him. It can be Latin square, it can be full factorial experimental research design by 3x3, or it can be city wise, or it can be customer wise. It can be any. I mean, it is not any specific which can be recommendable to anybody. Everybody's domain is different. So in experimental, think of factorial, full factorial designs can be made. That is advisable, and mention that in specifically in abstract that this is how we have gone for.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, anyone else?
Any questions?
So no questions at the moment from the audience side.
Okay, right, Mayank. So I hope that all of you do well. Go for Scopus, download the way which we have mentioned, and in one of the screenshot, you can think of bibliometric papers and of Satish Kumar and many other researchers like Jaspreet Kaur is there in WIPS in Delhi. They are doing wonderful research in India, and India is definitely going to, it's already giving very nice research papers in comparison to the past. So all of you do wonderful research and do a lot of wonders with experimental research designs, even if you have got some variables. All the best.
Thank you, sir. And over to Mayank. Mayank, please, all yours.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So the ideas and the experience that you shared with us, it was quite practical, and this is something that we can actually start doing right now from this very moment. So when we actually started with the research, it's been a topic where we have been told that it's not something that it's not something very easy. Okay, you have to know a lot of things. But sir, from your experience, it feels like even if we don't know a lot of things, we can always start. There is always a beginning to these things. So thank you very much for joining in, sir. And everyone, this was the episode 3rd of the Research 101. The other session that we have actually streamed, you can find it on YouTube. The session's presentation and all the resources will be shared of the email. So please stay tuned. And thank you very much for joining in, sir. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure. Looking forward to meet you in person in July. I will be definitely joining the SEM workshop for sure. And we will also build some approach how we could work around on an online model or for training for us. And we are very, very privileged. Thank you so much. It was great. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Mayank. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Everyone, before we part for today, after today's session, I would really request all of you to share your experience via LinkedIn. Okay, so don't forget to mention us, but the experience that you had in the learning you had in these sessions. Okay, because these are the very fundamental things that we need to make sure that these sessions keeps going. Okay, because it motivates us too that people are actually finding these sessions very useful. So everyone, please do share your experience via social media, via LinkedIn, via Instagram, any possible method that you can.
So I think, Mayank, I should end the live stream.
Oh, sure. Go on.